bit heavy, but
You sound good. I mean, after all, you do have a podcast. You should listen to the Sith Taker Snapshots podcast, by the way. Not to be confused with the other Snapshot. Different Snapshot.
no, I mean I think that's obviously why we named it.
Oh, is it? I wasn't sure. It's just like maybe it was. It's some sort of X-wing reference.
Well, I think Snapshot was kind of a thing, like a new thing back then, because we've been going 360 odd episodes. So
Yeah, you guys have been around for a while. Our podcast is a baby. I think we've done like 27, 26 episodes now. Like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we did cheat to start with because we started off. So the reason it was snapshots is because we used to do 3 20-minute podcasts a week. So we'd essentially record one session and then I'd chop it up into little topics.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
That's cool.
So the first year or so, we absolutely smashed out, but it was a lot of work editing. So yeah, went to roughly a weekly podcast.
Look, once again, at least have the decency to joust down the side where the camera is. I know, dude. It's actually worse. I mean, in tabletop, I can move the camera up, but in person, when people do that, it is the worst. I genuinely feel like I'm wasting a game on camera when people joust the opposite side of the board and spend the whole game on the opposite side of the camera in person. It is tough when that happens. But I've got my buddy Tim back here, Mr. Tim King, the OP planning lead, the overpowered OP. Tim is what I call him. From the Sith Takers, and a Cobra, who just doesn't have to worry about his game mattering whether he plays or not, as his team did move on earlier today. Fun walk, pulling it out, and getting a little lucky in the process, but that's how you win in the playoffs. That's how you win X-Wing games a lot, is you get lucky sometimes. Just, it is a nice game sometimes. So, but we do have Game 3 here of this series between the Down Unders and Porg Patrol. Porg Patrol kind of pulling a little bit of a comeback in the end game in this previous game a moment ago. It's going to be up to Captain Dan Sunderland? Sunderland. It's not Sutherland. DDSunder of the Down Unders, or Ratchet here on the right to pull ahead with a 2-1 series advantage. It's a best of 5, so 5 games up to whoever wins 3 of 5 or better. Obviously, will move on in the playoffs here. Tim, what team you were on Oler's team last season, NCX.
NCX. Yeah, I was back in Order 66, so I think that was my 3rd season in NCX. So I started as Order 66. I then got poached by Berserkers for a season, and then the Baron came back and stole me back for last season, and I managed to warm the bench all the way to the playoff finals, and then choked in the final game, and lost again, Matt Carey.
He's a toughie. He's good at X-Wing. I think people forget how good Matt Carey at the top of his game is. One of the best X-Wing players in the world. Definitely the U.S. for sure.
Oh yeah. I've had the pleasure of playing him in person and online. So we played at Worlds. So yeah, absolutely a quality player.
1 second.
Yeah, no.
Hello?
But yeah, we got whilst Nick sorts himself out, we can have a chat about lists. So we'll do Porg Patrols first. We got Scum, Fenral. We'll join Fenral with Fearless. Dirge has got Proton Cannons, Contraband. I was running that a bit today. Haven't seen Caval in a little while, so Iron Cannon Turret will get to roll an additional dice. So Iron Cannon Turret could also be quite good against any of the droids because they do not like being ionized.
No, they do not.
Yeah. Force Transponder codes for a little bit of jamming. Everyone's favourite Talonbane Cobra. If you haven't seen him before, in the Kirax. So basically adds an extra dice at range 1 or range 3 when you get your range bonus. And then Sarko Plank in the Space Tug. So way defend, you may treat your agility value as equal to the maneuver. We got automated target priority, protectorate gleb, contraband cybernetics. So yeah, a little bit of a sort of coordinating piece for those ACR pieces. And then what? Do you know what scenario they're playing? Are they playing assault?
They're playing salvage mission. Unfortunately, the icon on our stream is a little difficult to make out, but it is a box. If you look at it closely, it is a little box in a ring there on our overlay.
Okay, yeah, I can see on the overlay.
Yeah, salvage mission, pretty good for CIS. I'll have to take another look at how the faction stats ended up, but CIS was absolutely dominating on salvage mission for most of the season. I mean, their win rate was above 90 for like at least 4 or 5 weeks. It was pretty wild. Actually, kind of in the right hands, honestly, I don't throw this out lightly, is also why they're two the same color. One of these droids is not like the other. Let me fix that first before I finish my thought. Horchal is red. Okay. And then we got a blue, or got a green, red, green DFS 081. Okay. For the longest time, it felt like the longest time, playing against CIS on any scenario really. I think Chance is the only one that maybe they would struggle with just because the firepower they had across a lot of bodies, but you just felt like you were going to lose. It was like an auto loss. Now, because of the Geonosian prototypes with sync lasers, energy shells, and an easy Kraken carrier, access to easy Kraken carrier, now you have to make some decisions. If you want the easy Kraken carrier, you do have to compromise. And that's good. I mean, I'm glad CIS did so well. It was kind of cartoonish, at least in our league, to see just exactly how well they were doing for a sustainable period of time. But if you look at the people who are playing CIS, it starts to make a little bit more sense. These are not your average X-Wing players who are playing CIS. Biddy Bumbo, Mark Robert, Daniel Lim, Isofane, to name just two. DDSunder, Dan, playing really well at CIS and has played CIS for quite a while. And a bunch of other pretty strong, capable CIS players, X-Wing players playing CIS.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I always find with the CIS player is they are quite sort of loyal to their faction. And so, yeah, you do find, although the good players will play other factions, they do tend to sort of stick around with CIS. And it does take, like I suppose I'm a bit sort of well known for flying swarms and flying in formation, and you can see the way DDSunder, has flown his the majority of the list in a nice sort of block formation there, and it's knowing what fits. He's got the stagger, which is what I like to use, where you the way I set them up is it's kind of using the nubs and the sort of the flat side of the bases, and you kind of stagger them a little bit. So essentially, if you bank, we've got the group with DBS, DFS 311, 081, and DGS. You can do banks with them, and you won't overlap.
You were not a spectator. I just made you one. They could see your cursor.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
now they can't.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, no, it's a nice sort of setup they've got. I mean, it's going to be an interesting match. I mean, I'm not even sure where I bet here. I'd be very tempted to bet for the Scum because I do like the look of the list, but there could be an awful lot of firepower can come out of this CIS list.
Yeah, it'll be tough. Ratchet is typically a CIS Scum player. He played CIS and NCX for us for KDB and played really, really well. So now going up against his alma mater, for lack of a better term, it'll be tough. The one thing I don't like about Cavill is Cavill and Talonbane, both of them capable of rolling extra dice, doing a lot of damage, but they kind of just float out there. They're not very maneuverable. Talonbane doesn't have a solid, reliable reposition to get into range one, besides just a barrel roll. It's just a little awkward for some of these Scum ships. Dirge, if you can get one proton cannon off against this list, that could be enough. There are so many ships, he could certainly line up a bullseye easier than going up against like Empire or First Order. But Scum just they really are ride or die on the turn 0 and how you approach your movement in the first two activation phases. Especially because they have some pretty severe handicaps that other ships can get around. Like for CIS, they get around their firepower handicap by being so cheap. Scum, you pay the price for the shenanigans, and then you kind of go out of your way to try to get the shenanigans to work, and then you tend to pay the price for doing that. You might not even get what you needed. So, challenge for sure. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, they did set up for a joust on the top of the board, but DDSunder opting to not joust and turning away, and that's probably the right decision. It's, you know, it is tough when you joust. You do need to sort of decide if that is the right move for you, and so he's gone for the reposition towards the center of the board. We might probably see hard 2 turns in now, and you know, you'll end up with a bit of a joust, but yeah, not as a sort of straight on. But I wonder, rather than the straight boost from Fen, if a left bank boost would have been good, and then you could then at least sort of 5 forwards in. But we'll see how quickly the Scum come in here, if they decide to just 1 forward again with Talonbane, Cavill, Dirge. I guess Dirge can't 1 forward, so that might force Talonbane and Cavill half. Actually, no, you'd be able to fit a 2 forward. You'd be able to fit the 2 forward in there, because he can go a bit further. So we'll see how quickly he decides to go. I don't imagine we're going to see many boxes being picked up by the Scum. So rolling for first player in the second turn, and it is DDSunder first. We have got some DK1 probe droids bouncing around, so that will allow the CIS to draw for target locks from them. Ooh, a bank maneuver.
Yeah, right. It's always weird. It just feels wrong seeing CIS bank, but
I mean, maybe I wonder if this is down to, because he has got a few of his initiatives. He's got his low initiatives behind his higher initiatives, so maybe he's just trying to get them. And what do I know? He picked up a crate as well.
grabs a little boxy
I mean,
box.
I did say Scum. I have got some crate tokens if you'd like them to use them, or you're right with energy.
I mean, you can drop them in there if you want. Feel free. As long as you just change your color back once you're done. That way you can freely move about the cabin. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in today and our last stream a few days ago. Doing a coordinate with Sarko, it looks like. Sarko would be a solid crate carrier, but he's going to fly past the one that he grabbed and not grab it. So he could always reverse. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so what did he... interesting. So did he coordinate Talonbane back to the barrel roll back to the right?
It looks like he did, and I'm curious about that.
Yeah, because so Talonbane had barrel rolled to the left.
Yeah, just right back to where he was. This is definitely the looks of someone who knows how to formation fly with CIS, because he is banking over perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's looking good. Like, so he did do the coordinate. He barrel rolled Talonbane to the right, and then passed the stress from the coordinate from Protectorate Gleb to the ship he coordinated.
Need to get the score from Funwalk's game, what that final score was.
Oh. Uh,
21-13. Yeah. 23-21. What? I don't know.
All I know is it came down to, Kylo not dying at the last turn.
Yeah. Yeah, they had 23-20. It was like, I don't. God just has them.
Yeah, we were. I think we just got to the Carvery, so we went to Cheap and Cheerful Green King pub after the X-Wing tournament we went to at Borden Brum, and so whilst we were waiting for our table, I was certainly watching the game, hoping that Funwalk would save me from having to play tomorrow.
Yeah, and he did. He came to the rescue. I mean, he was the #1 overall player in the entire season, and still hasn't lost going into the playoffs. So not bad, not too bad.
Yeah, this is it. Like, he keeps wanting to have a rest in the playoffs, but it's like, no, you need our best players playing. And
sorry for
been carrying very hard, so he's been doing a really good job. Surprised, yeah, this is it. So, like, the CIS are really not wanting to engage. So they picked up a couple of crates. So CAD down the bottoms picked up a crate, and which one is it? Whole Child Prototype has picked up a crate.
Yeah, I think Talonbane is a good carrier because he's rarely barrel rolling anyways, and he can get coordinated by Sarko. So there is a grab for Talonbane that I get on the board with these boxes. CIS is can be just a nightmare when it comes to crates. If you let them grab more than 2, they can be all over the place.
Disable those lines. There we go.
If you want to swap out his energy for a crate marker as well, you can. There you go.
I think, yeah,
he's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
I mean, that's a really cool thing about TTS is not just the official tokens and what people have been doing, but there's loads of little things that other people have done, be they crates, be they repaints, custom mats like you've got, it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it would be cool. I thought about, being able to make a nice custom mat in real life, but all of the logistical nightmares and costs become a factor. And you got a bulk order, and then they could, the screen print could be bad, and they got to reorder it. It's just like, ugh. Not. At Crossroads, they did a cool custom mat with a Super Star Destroyer, but they weren't happy with how it turned out color-wise. The color profile was just a little off. It would still look great, but it's just one of those things. It's kind of annoying to deal with. But yeah, TTS. The liberty, access, and just overall freeness, being able to really make things your own and have a good time with all the custom stuff. It's just so easy and it's cool.
So let's say at start of engagement, we are looking at a calculate pass from DFS. DFS 311. Looks like he's probably going to keep his own calculate.
Yeah, I think the only shot is Fens.
Yeah, the really useful thing for CIS is by keeping the calculates with Kraken, it allows those other ships to pick up crates and still have some defensive mods.
Yeah, it's not going to do it, Chief. Only one from Fen and Grievous. Reroll the blank for fun. Do it. Maximum disrespect in the playoffs. And scoring, it's going to be, let's see, there's 2 crates for CIS right now, it looks like. Yes, 2 crates to 1. Yep. As DDSunder takes the lead here early on in this game. I don't know why I put Fen's dial, but we'll remove that.
Interestingly, obviously Grievous did do the focus barrel roll just to make sure it was range 3 and only taking the 1 shot, but that does stress Grievous. So that is going to force him to go forwards.
Oh man, I missed the giveaway wrecked.
Absolutely forgot that they can shoot the probe droids. So okay.
Yeah, those probe droids, get 2 of them, quite easily get some locks. The HMPs absolutely love it.
Yeah, definitely. I think he hasn't got anything that can jam in this list, has he?
No, only Tractor for
DPS.
Sarko.
Yeah, because you can jam off the probe droids as well, can't you?
Codes, false transponder codes on Cavill is what we have. That's it.
No, yeah, I was just thinking because what people do forget is you can jam off the probe droids, as in draw range from the probe droid as well.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. That's I think can the scimitar use that? Or how does that work? Is it only droids that get to use? Because the scimitar has a jam with the title.
No, it just says friendly ships. Yeah, so any friendly ship can. While a friendly ship locks or jams an enemy ship, it may measure range from the probe droid.
So you could be across the board.
Yeah. Little probe droid sneaks up behind you. So we got another probe droid being fired out from CAD. And this is it. Like you're pretty much just going to go and fly them onto rocks or wherever and just be around, just to give a bit more flexibility. But like you say, like the CIS have been playing like salvage missions and other sort of the sort of 5 objective scenarios pretty well, and it looks like DDSunder is very much going for the scenario play here, because probably don't see Cad Bane getting involved where that gas cloud
it's
is.
A bit awkward. Yeah, I think you just 3 straight, 2 straight, 3 straight, and turn in the next turn. I mean, Sarko. I gotta be honest, that coordinate seemed pretty meaningless. I think he should have grabbed a crate instead of coordinating. But I think he realized he was going to run into himself. He didn't barrel roll, which that would have happened. I'm not sure.
Scum should have a point though, shouldn't they?
They do, yeah. Yeah. I got it. Or you could just type it. Yeah, you gotta let him know.
Yeah.
Yell at him.
Nope. Scum is apparently not allowed in chat. So,
that's funny.
I typed Scum in the in-game chat and it censored me. So, and we'll see if they notice. Okay, that's fine. I'll change my color a second.
There we go. My favorite thing is when I point things out and then they ignore it still. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I think I was commentating on a game last week and I was just like, tab, nothing. Tab, nothing. It's like, hello?
Yeah.
So the judge is
Bueller. Yeah. You're just like pinging things and just like, it's all right.
So this is it. I think, the Scum are going to come in here now, and I think the CIS have to kind of turn in a bit, because it's either that you've got to run away very quickly.
Yep.
You could say, I guess 4 forwards or however quickly they can go, because the Scum are getting to a position. I mean, there is that tiny, the mustache asteroid that could disrupt the Scum a little bit from coming in.
Yeah, I wonder if is a 3 bank towards the middle with the HMP a terrible move?
No, because you've probably got a shot into Sarko at least, but I wonder if Cavill is going to perhaps do a hard 2 into the center and kind of get in front of the CIS.
I do like that move from Cavill, yeah. Otherwise, if you go straight, then you have to spend 2 turns turning around that obstacle, that asteroid. So the 3rd round here, deciding game, not a deciding game, but a momentum shifting potential game here for both teams. Series tied 1-1. Let me just show you guys our bracket here as I did update it. Series tied 1-1. Cobras move on.
The glorious Cobras.
The glorious Cobras. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
think Atreides would look great with that kind of tash and headband.
Oh, absolutely. He's a good captain. I'm glad he kind of volunteered. He's like, I'll do it. It's great.
Oh yeah, he has absolutely spot on. It's been a really fun team to be part of.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. Honestly, I've heard mostly. I'm going to create a little feedback form for those that want to do it, but I've heard that most of y'all have had a good time with this, which is ultimately the goal, is to create a league that is still competitive but allows for a lot of nonsense and silliness. The team names definitely reflect that. You have wankers in the name of one of the teams, so.
Yeah.
Which I get to take credit for as well. That was the default name I gave them until they gave me a new one, and they said, "You know what? I think it's kind of fitting." They just kept it.
Yeah, this is my first season playing 3-1-2, and yeah, I've had a cracking season, so really enjoyable. Even if the results haven't quite as gone as well as I hoped, it's a team event, and this is what I sort of been telling the Cobras is, we all have good games, bad games, and ultimately, we sort of win as a team.
It's nice to be able to pick each other up and kind of bond together whether you're doing terribly or doing very well. That is important, though. I mean, there have been teams in NCX where there hasn't really been much chatter, and you can feel that, whether you're doing well or not. You definitely want to come together as a team. Anyways, we can talk about the game again. What were you going to say?
Ooh. So the Houchow prototype took a target lock into Cavil using the probe droid, and obviously that triggered force transponders code, so that the prototype wasn't probably looking for a target lock there.
That's brilliant. I love that. I love that.
Trigger the force transponders, get that spent. But yeah, it looks like the CIS very much are continuing to sort of run away from the scum.
Yeah, you can only do that for so long.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's, like you say, like, with Sarko not picking up a crate last turn, the CIS are obviously looking to rack up some points. Okay, and Sarko pops contraband cybernetics and reverses to pick up the crate. I forgot to do this last turn.
Yeah. On one hand, like, you get what you needed to do last turn. On the other hand, I don't know how I feel about using contraband for this. Like, is it that big of a deal? Probably not, but like, it feels a little weird. So it's like using a proton torpedo to shoot at a one-hole vulture or something. It's like oh, I need to get a kill, but you'll get his point though.
Yeah, DFS 081 has turned in.
Can't remember. Do these things have a one straight? They don't, right? No, there's no way.
Vultures, I don't think, no. So DFS 081 is a standard loadout vulture. Whilst defending, spend a calculate to cancel a crit result. Does have Discord missiles. So, okay, and the gunship's turned in as well. So this is your Kraken carrier.
I think he wants the box. He wants it, he takes it.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, it's a bold maneuver. Bold choice, rather.
Yeah, one agility ship with no calculate. I mean, I guess we could see a calculate passed by DFS 311. Oof, that was a nice move from CAD, banking in and avoiding the gas cloud.
How often are you seeing probe droids on a rogue class, especially CAD? It's kind of nifty.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see. I think because CAD's got quite a lot of loadout now.
He does.
DBS has turned in. Probably going to use the probe droid to acquire a target lock. Could roll lock as well, because you don't worry about range because you're drawing your range from the probe droid.
And with where both probe droids are at, it's just great coverage.
Yeah. I mean, this is it. Like, the scum are going to have to come through. But even if they take care of the first probe droid that's sort of nearest Cabal, then that second probe droid is still going to give them really good coverage.
Yeah, game mechanic wise, I've never really necessarily agreed with being able to deploy the probe droid and then still move it that same turn. Just in the sense that like you can't, your opponent can't necessarily do anything about just not getting caught in the web of or in the range 3 bubble. As soon as it's deployed, it's just going to move towards them again. That's just, I don't know. That's just like a little minor gripe that I've noticed. It's just game design wise, ever since they were released, or just like also I think the commandos, same thing, drop them and still move them. I always thought you should drop them. You can drop them, and then the next turn, that's the first time you can move them. But whatever.
I mean, I suppose technically that is how the probe droids, because it's end phase they're launched, and then it's system phase they relocate.
Yeah, but I guess what I mean is that like they'll move twice before anyone else moves. And Cavill just hits the rock, and he must have just forgotten it was there. I know if you don't pay much attention with this mat, you can just like lose stuff if you're not really looking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, he has landed on the probe droid as well, so you have to
roll the eyeball.
Roll to see. So I don't know if that's rolling for the rock or rolling for the probe droid. Either way, it's a crit.
Either way, yeah. So it takes 2.
So 2 shield, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So one damage normally, and then roll a dice, hits and crits do a hit.
Oh yeah, it might have been more of the probe droid than it was the mat, because the probe droid's over most of that obstacle. He must have not. Either way, he just missed it.
Yeah, but I think the probe droid flew there in the system phase, so like in the planning phase he should have been able to see it, but it probably does blend in. And it is quite a small one. If you're zoomed out, setting your dials, but you're now going to be taking. I suppose you're taking a plasma torpedo with no shield. So are you that fussed? Talonbane's going to take a lock into DBS.
All right, so I'll rectify what I was saying earlier. The probe droids essentially move twice before anyone moves. It's just in 2 concurrent turns. End phase and system phase happen before anyone moves, unless there's a decloak or other game effect. No one else is activated. So it's essentially the same thing as what I was trying to say.
Get rid of that yellow dice. Come with me. Yeah, so actually DGS taking that crate in the center is not looking so bad now. We're going to have a barrel roll from Dirge, but I suppose he has got proton cannon into DFS OET1, the green vulture. What's Fen going to do? Is Fen going to boost in towards try and get range 2, I guess, into DBS?
Yeah, don't even bother with Grievous. He's also avoiding the rock next turn. Just a big brain play. For sure. Words are for people that read, that know truer words have never been spoken, pun intended. Definitely running a tournament, being a TO, as you know, Tim, people are grossly incapable of putting in the effort to read rules or make an attempt. They'll rely last minute on asking you all the questions that are answered in the document that you prepped and posted for players. But usually I just tell people to go find it in the rules, but I don't want to be too mean. Sometimes I'll screenshot it and be like, here you go. I'll just screenshot the rules, like, here. It's in there.
Like, I don't find it so much with X-Wing, but like, yeah, when I used to do 40k, and obviously I'd like special mission packs and scoring and bits and bobs, and
that's so complicated though. X-Wing, like, usually I feel like our rules are fairly straightforward to follow. Maybe not.
Yeah. No. I think generally they are. Rules packs fairly well. Not rules pack. Sorry, the rules reference is fairly intuitive to sort of find the bits you're looking for.
Did Dirge do a focus reposition?
Yes.
So he should be stressed?
I thought he'd taken one, but yes, he should be. I'll go and ask them.
Thanks. Ooh, Buzz Droid Swarm, does it hit? It does not. Well, next turn. There you go. There you go. The chat is just so reliable when it comes to game state. It's truly humbling. Like, man, we're missing a lot. Or the players are. What's going on? What's happening? What's the haps? Did they pause the timer? Is that what happened? They paused the timer. Alright, I may have resumed it. Range 2 into 404. From Fen Rao. Ugh, 1. Yeah, Fang Fighter be Fang fighting sometimes. 1 evade. Talonbane, I think the same target, but that's much better. He has a lock. He can spend it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna spend the target lock. I realized Tim left. He's in the other room right now. Not sure what's going on over there. They're still playing, so it's not. There's a blank out here, so hit, crit. Or sorry, hit, crit. He didn't spend the lock. Blinded pilot, though. Woo! This is why that should be 4 points. Stop it. Stop it. Now. Alright, 081 on a rock, obstructed range 3. Proton cannon. You could shoot a proton cannon. He's going to go primary into 286 instead, it looks like.
Right, I got asked another rules query whilst I was there, so I just have to go and sort that out.
Oh, sure. What was it?
He asked about Dead to Rights. Can you use DFS's ability on Dead to Rights, which is spend a charge and a calculate to cancel a crit result? Well, firstly, cancelling is not a dice modification, but also Dead to Rights is only about modifying defense dice.
With
so
token,
DFS's DFS's ability does work against Dead to Rights.
Double crits, and the box is dropped, so it doesn't work out there. Dan taking a bit of a gamble, trying to grab a third objective, and it will be dropped. Credits to shields of DGS 286. We're placing that box closest to Cabal. Looks like it is going to be 2-2 split here in terms of objectives.
Is that Dirge rolling 2 crits out of hand? That was unfortunate.
That seems good. I know. Salvage mission can be a very tilting experience for players especially when it's the stuff that rolls crits naturally that isn't like capable of it's like when an X1 knocks a crate off of you, you're like, oh yeah, expect that. It's an X1. It's got that ability. But when it's like a unmodded range 3 obstructed primary with no tokens, double crits, you blank out, it's like, stuff like that. You're like, oh man, you feel the tilt even more. 2 hits here. This is bullseye, so Dead to Rights is in effect. Sarko doesn't even have a token. Use marksmanship here. Change 1 to a crit. That was a synced laser cannon shot, if you're wondering how he was able to roll 3 dice. Sarko is also going to drop the box. Takes a crit. So a crate for a crate, as they say. I don't think we've dealt the damage card yet. We are doing so now. It is a loose stabilizer.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a sort of unlucky shot from both sides, really, isn't it? To sort of knock those crates off, but at least it's kind of balanced, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking the defense dice that Sarko was rolled there, but it was obstructed.
Yeah, might as well shoot into Cavill. Is Cavill 4 points in this list? Yes. Thankfully not 5. That would be pretty mean. I think Cavill is normally 5 in the AMG world. Sounds like a great amusement park. Would you go there, Tim? Would you go to AMG world with me?
With you, absolutely. I'm not
Nobody
sure the experience I would have at AMG World.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't know what to do because there would be zero communication. It's probably the. You would actually. So if you wanted to know how to get on the rides, you'd have to send a Facebook DM to the company, and they would be like, "Oh, that's how you do it." They'd be like, "Okay," or watch a paint stream.
And then it'd be our fault when we don't have fun.
Don't worry, guys. That was just my very, very much, what do you call it? My once a year slight at Atomic Mass Games. I tend to not be someone that rants against AMG, but I just thought that would be funny. AMG World. Come visit it today. Oh my god, did you hear what the head of PR was saying about AMG? XWA's ruined! Ladrian, what's up? How are you? 48 months wow, 4 years? Oh my gosh. You're welcome.
HMP's done a hit crit to that Y-Wing.
What's the crit there?
Damage engine. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, he's got a loose stabilizer, damage engine, 4-hole left already for Cavill. And range 2 obstruction does not count because you're on the rock, right? Cavill is going to take another damage. Down to 3. That is a big oof. Well, I don't know, Tim, if there's any way that DFS 081 can sit on that rock. I think any maneuver flies off of it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Unless, can he? I mean, could you bump into DGS?
Oh, is that a way to you don't have to fully execute, huh?
Oh, hang on, no. So DFS has got struck lock override.
Oh, just ignore it. That's right. That's
so
SOC.
he fly through. He doesn't need to fly.
That's true.
Oh, Sarko has killed a probe droid.
Hey, you get no points for that. Good day, sir. I said good day. Tim Fett, hey, thank you for 11 months is almost a year. We're 1 month away from celebrating our 1 year anniversary together. I will bring a bottle of wine if you can bring the cupcakes, and we will celebrate together. Cheers. Appreciate it. Thank you all so much. We are going to do that giveaway after this. 34 minutes left. This game's moving a little slow, just a little bit, you know.
But what? There are 7 ships on one side.
What are you talking about?
So I was slightly confused. I didn't realise that DBS had got a got a blinded pilot. So even though he had taken the lock into Cavill, only rolled 2 eyeballs, so chose not to spend the calculate. You feel Cavill hasn't got a lot of choice and will be picking up some Discord buzz bots, or what they're called, buzz droids.
You know, talking about the blinded plasma reminds me of a game, an NCX, where my win condition was surviving against a blinded pilot plasma torpedo shot from Lee Mackay, and he rolled natties, and I died. And I was like, well, okay.
So they've scored that 2-1 again to CIS.
4-2. DDSunder has the lead, a small lead, but 4 points of caval with 3 hull left after hitting that rock, and is going to hit a buzz droid swarm as well. It is inevitable, as the Thanos would say. And we're going to see a Strutlock override, probably try to block up Dirge. A nice little too hard from Cad Bane seems likely. I'm not exactly sure where DGS ends up going, but DGS could also kind of muck things up and bank left, perhaps. Or just go straight.
DGS has got the repulsor lift flipped.
Oh, we'll be slipping it up, huh?
Or going straight.
Or going straight.
Yeah, and I think if you're thinking Cad's going to do a hard 2-in, I suppose you could perhaps do the 2 bank side slip. But I think also I might be tempted to go straight, because if you can sort of sit in front of Dirge, maybe.
My real question is, like, my eyes are on Fen Rao this turn. He's taken 2 flanking range 3 and, this past turn range 2 shots, and hasn't gotten anything for it, right? Kind of proof that obviously Fen is that really nasty one-trick pony. You can't expect too much out of his non-range 1 front arc attacks or fearless attacks, but he is always a looming threat. I mean, he can just one-shot any of these things, essentially. So the downside for Fen is that Grievous isn't worth chasing as long as he's not facing you. He's going to just get rerolls. He's got all the health and pervium. You're just victim of RNG all the way through. I think the Bomber, maybe a too hard is solid. Being stressed, though, does make you a little bit more predictable, so DDSunder can choose a maneuver that will maybe disrupt Fen's optimal way of getting a shot on him. So we'll see, but I mean, really, Ratchet does need Talonbane and Fen to do something, because Dirge's Proton Cannon did knock a crate off, but didn't do much else. And Sarko just kind of sitting back there.
Dirge didn't fire the Proton Cannon, did he?
Oh no, sorry, he didn't. He didn't end up firing it. He got the natty crits. Yep, the 2 crits out of hand. That's right. I think he had grabbed the 4 dice and then changed his mind. But anyways, yeah, Dirge still has his Proton Cannon this turn because he opted not to. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate the fact check. Appreciate it. Here in America, we don't really fact check anymore, but I'll take it.
That's all good. And that's it. There's a lot going on, isn't there? And you just got to try and keep track of things. But I think some of the CIS are going to have to keep turning in. Like, you've got to expect DFS 3-1-1, perhaps do a hard 2 as well. Halchow prototype's probably just going to continue running away and scoring points, but what would you do? A 2 bank with Fen or 2 hard with Fen?
Sorry, I was typing. I think a 2 hard is probably, you can readjust in 2 hard again the next turn. I think a bank is, who are you going after at that point? You're not going to get red or yellow. They're going far away.
You got Talonbane coming as well, so you could have a couple of really nice range 1 shots here. I think you just accept Caval's going to die. Yep, so DFS 3-1-1 turns in, clears the stress. Could take a target lock for modifying those energy shells, but takes the second calculate because that's what he does. He passes a calculate around. Interestingly, so there are pro droids under Caval, but he's chosen not to reposition, or he's forgotten to. Wonder if it would have been. Can't remember if after an enemy ship overlaps. So if Caval flies over again, you have to roll for the probe droid, but the probe droid could have flown under Caval and just avoided that. Not a big deal. Like, the probe droids have done their job, really, haven't they?
Oh yeah, and you were gonna coordinate Cavill. I think a red barrel roll. He's grabbing a stress. I know that's for the coordinate. Let's see what Cavill does. Yeah, barrel roll.
Nice.
Probably not in front of the other rock. Probably the barrel roll right, I think, but nope.
Deciding whether to go front, middle, or back. So it is a red barrel roll. I wonder, I mean, I suppose you could pass the second stress over.
I don't think he's interested in doing that. There's that side slip, so probably just a 1 hard from Cat, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot the hard ones, wasn't I? But yeah.
No big deal, just lock and gain and calculate.
DGS has already got the lock on Sarko. So it's probably got range 1 out the side.
Strut lock overriding.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. So start the activation. Or the start of your activation, you may spend 1 strength. If you do, ignore obstacles while you move through this round. So that is different to the grappling struts that the sort of build your own ships have. And we are picking up a crate.
Okay. You already have a calc.
Yep, thanks to Kraken.
Is Kraken
It's a
good?
hard one.
I can't tell. Is it good?
I think so. Like, certainly in scenarios like this, allowing those ships to have calculates so that then the following turn they can pick up crates and still have defensive mods.
Protector and Gleb is quite jealous of Kraken. Or not Gleb, sorry, Gamut Key is who I'm thinking of. I missed the days of my 3-point Gamut Key with Protector and Gleb. Loved that. Loved it. XWA hates Gamut Key. He's like 5 points. It's like, no thank you. I'm going to pass. I think he has access to the title. I hope so, for 5 points.
So hard turn and barrel from DBS to probably try and block Fen. Just trying to be annoying with a bit of delay of tactic, I think.
Okay.
Depends if, Talonbane may have just done a 2 forward here. I don't know. Ooh.
Look at that. Grievous is going to stay stressed. He just knows he's not going to get shot at, so might as well get a shot. Man, the amount of power. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if Fen is blocked, though, that would be potentially range 1 with a red focus, 5 dice into Grievous.
And Grievous will take 2 shields and Impervium 2 crits, and he'll be like, whatever. This is what it feels like happens a lot for people.
So Cavill's flown over the top of DFS 081, but is currently in the bullseye of Cad Bane.
Yeah, I don't think there's... Cavill's dead. It's sayonara, so just gotta utilize that turret. Do something here. You have, what is it, an ion cannon turret? It is an ion cannon turret, so you could roll a 4-die ion cannon turret at somebody. Just gonna focus. Wow, okay. Does a barrel roll fit towards Sarko? I don't think so. I'm just gonna kind of move in here.
I think that does.
Yeah, it should. You get to focus first.
And then you can probably get Proton Cannon into Cad Bane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Knock that crate off. Hey, there you go. You got space. We'll go all the way back. That will definitely not be range 1. It would be range 2. There you go, Talonbane. I think narrowly out of range 1, though. We'll see. It could be range 1. It is close.
Yeah, very close. I think it's worth.
Yeah.
Just take the focus and roll some red dice. And then, yeah.
So he ended up going straight.
Maybe assumed that there would be a block coming. Yeah. Didn't perhaps expect Grievous to be there, maybe. I don't know. But, okay, start of engagement. We got the calculate pass, potentially. I'm going to go and grab myself a quick drink whilst they are contemplating calculates.
Grievous. The final answer is General Grievous. You are the recipient of the Calculate Award. Fenrau, range 1 here. No front arc for Fearless, not in Grievous's front arc, but still 5 dice for range 1. Using that ability to maximum effect. 5 on 2 with the focus. Here we go. And a full string of Ruski. 4 hits and a crit out of the hand is kind of nasty. Seems good. Reroll 1 with Grievous's ability. Doesn't get a paint result. Will take 2 shields and hit crit, right? Yep. And the crit most likely going to be tossed away. The crit is a damage engine. Impervium plating. We'll throw that away. So still 4 hull left. 1 charge of impervium left. But hey, you got into the hole.
Yep, that was a pretty big hit from Fen there.
Pretty big hit, but still 4 hull left because of impervium. And is it range 1? No. Range 2. I'm going to go into Grievous, who will not get rerolls here, but pretty nice from Talonbane. Can you get lucky? Only 2.
And that's with the +2 hull from Soulless 1. You know, you're not in any real worry at the moment from Grievous, so I think you do spend it. Like Talonbane's got 1 shield, 4 hull as well.
Oh god!
But yeah,
Natty evades from our Ace of Legend General Grievous. Grievous just feels like so much more above the weight of an I4. With his board presence is so good because people don't bother shooting at him. Because why would you, when he can throw away crits?
So Iron Cannon turret, I assume from Cavill. Range 2, but gets the extra red dice because of Cavill's ability. And that will be, certainly the damage is going to go through. See if the iron sticks. The iron does stick.
And yellow, if yellow doesn't spend the calculate, we'll just be able to crack and to keep it still. Otherwise, ion maneuvers do not grant droids access to a calculate action. Now Dirge.
GFS 311 has also got energy shells, and we know Cavill's range 2.
Yeah, this is that proton cannon shot, likely going to knock off the box. It is single modded though. It's the only thing that the focus proton cannon can be a little worrisome. Hopefully, he didn't just streamer curse it, and he does roll 2 planks. Hit crit. That is, frustrating part of proton cannons. If you don't have the lock, it doesn't feel as strong of a shot. It's still a 4 dice gun.
Yeah.
You get 2 paint. No, it does take 1, and we'll drop the box. Cad Bane taking a shield, and no more boxy poo for you. Man, this I don't even know if either player is going to get to 10 points. Doesn't feel like it. Well, actually, Cavill could die. We get up to 8. Probably will die here.
Just remind them to spend the charges for proton cannon.
I think they got it.
Well, they have now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, it will recharge one charge at the end of this turn, but it does mean that you won't be able to fire it next turn. So DBS is going to take range 0 into Fen. DBS, his ability means he won't suffer a crit. That's only on range 1.
All right, hunting that Y-wing, range 1. Spend the focus for 3 and marksmanship.
Yeah.
And you have the focus. It's gonna take hit.
Can't
crit.
spend it.
Oh,
Dead
can't.
Right. Dead to right.
DTR, baby, so good.
Dead. Well, I think dead anyway, wasn't it? Oh no, dead to rights has actually killed him.
Yep.
Yeah. Needed an evade.
Down goes Cavill. It gets DDSunder to 8 points, and he's got a 6-point lead with 2 crates out there still. Cavill removed from the board.
I think Grievous is shooting into Talonbane.
Yep. Spending for 2.
Yeah. Shield down on Talonbane.
I like the 6 Hawks with concussion bombs and deadman switch. I'm sure you do, you sick bastard. You have fun with that. I'll watch from the sidelines. With popcorn.
So, primary shot from DFS 081 into Sarko.
Has to calculate because of Kraken, yep.
Yeah, spend it for 2. Sarko did a 3-speed maneuver, so his agility 3, but it seems.
Yeah, he gets 2 aids. There you go, Sarko. Can't plank any damage out of Sarko. Boo. Get this man off the stage. Range 1, I assume DGS into Sarko. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got the target lock as well.
Yeah. Target lock calculate, a little nice little double modded shot. Sarko does have 4 left. Has a loose stabilizer still.
But now you may be thinking, because Sarko is 3 agility. Okay. Ooh, that's not a great roll. So he gets 1 reroll for his network.
There you go.
Aim.
Thunder 2. People don't talk enough about how strong network aim is. It is just ridiculously good.
Yeah. Especially when you got multiple.
Yeah.
HLs.
Oh my gosh, Sarko, attaboy. Yeah, I mean, it's basically multiple FCSs in one go. It's like, never use the lock. Can't. Never have to. Sarko going to try to knock a box out. Can we get the RNG gods to favor Ratchet here? Can you get a crit through to knock off that box? Otherwise, CIS is getting to 10 points this turn. Double crits! Reverse streamer cursed! Oh my goodness! Roll the natty evades. Show it to me. Oh no! It spent his calculate. He had spent it. Oh no! Oh.
So the interesting thing is, he might have wanted to have shot range 3 into DFS 311 there, but because of automated target priority, he had to shoot range 2. But actually got a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Fuel leak with these petrol prices. You guys call them petrol. That is quite out of hand. 2 times Ratchet has rolled at 2 crits and knocked off 2 crates.
So Sarko's rolled, 5 evades on 6 dice.
He's pretty good.
2 crits on 2 reds.
Yep.
Are we going to see an energy shell? We are. But if it's into Sarko's still 3 agility.
Oh, the worst energy shell charge. Give me munitions failsafe. Give it to me. Buyer's remorse.
Too many green dots.
Lord of Britannia, hello community. The community says hello back. I will speak on behalf of the community. That's me. I am the Senate. I am the community. Sarko just rolling just plenty of paint, and yeah, all right. 9-3. We're gonna use Kraken here. I mean, Dan's still got. There's 13 minutes left. He's got a 6-point lead.
Yeah, getting Cavill off there is big. Nice chunk of points. Also, one of the bigger hitters. Or potentially could be a bigger hitter, I guess.
Yep. So now do you kind of try to just get Sarko to get the guarantee the win? I mean, Talonbane can do a 1 hard. I feel like Talonbane has to hard turn and Fen has to 2 hard. But Fen or Grievous can just 2 straight and reposition focus and just kind of block up and muck up all of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've got 11. They've got even a little less time than us on our end. So they got about 11 minutes and 50 seconds. And at this pace, it might be the last round. It's possible they fit in 2 more, but I'd say if dials are not flipped by the 9-minute mark, I'd be a little worried. 9 minutes seems like a lot of time, but when you have that many ships and a lot of pondering going on, Ratchet has to move fast. He's down by 6. One of the lowest scoring games I've seen on my stream in a long time, though. I don't know about you, how often you see games that are, with 11 minutes left, a total of 12 points have been scored, but not super common.
No, but I mean, like, I guess Sarko's taken some damage, Talonbane's taken some damage. Not enough to be too worried at the moment. There's a few droids are looking a bit ropey. So DBS 404 has got 3 hull remaining. Just realised I use that term again.
I love it. Ropey. I love it. Yep. I don't think DBS 404 will be in a quote unquote ropey position, just because of going to be able to fly over Fen, who's stressed, and Talonbane is not going to be 1 harding to the right. So I think DBS will be okay. Maybe a little 2 Talon. I think they have 2 Talons, or just do a little K turn. They have a 2 Talon roll, or they could just go. He just goes straight to 4 straight or whatever.
I think you want to turn in though, because if you can get your arc in, you want to be rolling some more red dice.
That's true. That's true.
Put a bit of pressure on.
For a moment, I forgot the objective of the game was to shoot other ships.
He has got a hard 1. So hard 1 to the right, take a target lock. Sarko has to go forward, so potentially could get his 2nd plasma torpedo or energy shells.
Is Sarko supposed to have a crit with automated target priority? No, because he dealt damage.
Yeah, he rolled 2 crits.
Yeah, exactly. What are you guys doing? They're just testing me now. They know they're wrong. They're just trying to make me look like a hooligan.
Not only did he not miss, he rolled double natty crits out of hand.
Yeah, he made that droid walk the plank, as he likes to say. Yarg, walk the Sarko plank.
Yeah, I could sense an alt art coming.
There's so many really bad alt art ideas that I have. I'm like a hive mind for really bad ideas for alt arts, but I channel that in my own little brain. I try to create actual good alt arts, but my ideas get left in the closet for me to indulge in. Sometimes I let them slip on stream though, and you guys get quite an entertaining little moment of rambling from me, but can't do it all the time.
It looks like we've got a nice crowd in watching us. So, about 38 viewers at the moment?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We used to average like 20 to 25, and then I think post kind of XWA momentum, the shift, we've done really well for our stream with viewership. And I'm hoping that translates even more when we do our next in-person stream as well. Hopefully get closer to 50 would be amazing. I know it can be difficult when you stream on the weekends, people obviously make plans on the weekends. I'm a little offended they don't just plan around my schedule and just watch me all the time, but it's fine. I'm not always at the center of the universe. Just sometimes. Tim, you're at the center of my universe, though. So you can't call me a narcissist because someone else is at the center of my own universe. Have you ever seen Kunk on Earth, or with Philomena Kunk, that like British comedy, like History Channel type show? Have you ever heard of it?
No,
Okay.
don't think I have.
Well, it's just like this a part where she's interviewing somebody about God, and she's like, "Well, isn't God just a toxic narcissist?"
So we had the ion maneuver and the hard turn from Hal Chow prototype. Okay, so we're taking a target lock, it looks like, into Talonbane. And the energy shells do get the crit mod, don't they?
They do. Eyeball to crit, though. Nothing else. Spend a calculate to do it. Did Tim get super quiet, or is it just me? Can I get another sound check from you, Tim?
It may have been that I was maybe not speaking properly into my mic, but hopefully
You're good.
Still coming through.
I boosted you a little bit, but you're relatively fine. Yeah, Buddy HG saying it sounds fine to me. I'm gonna mods ban Epionic, please, for trolling.
It might have been that I was distracted and maybe not talking towards my mic, but okay. So
my favorite thing is when an hour into the stream, someone's like, "No sound. Stream has no sound," and everyone else is like, "No, that's not true." And they're like, "Oh, sorry, it was muted."
See, so DGS has gone charging into the center and is gonna flip to side slip, but like you say, we're getting very close to the end of the game, so probably not gonna get much use out of that.
Am I actually that much louder than Tim? Because I'm looking at I'm at -25 and he's like around -20. Oh, I think Epi.
No, I think it might have just been that you were probably talking loudly and I wasn't. Maybe.
Yeah. That'll do it. That will do it for sure, as the law of sound dictates.
Yeah. I was slightly distracted. It's a lot of CIS piling into the center, and I think they've forgotten that Sarko Plank is there. Going to be dealing some more crits potentially out of hand. Be interesting to see how hard Talonbane, Fen, turn in. Does DBS turn in, or does DBS run away like you say?
It should probably be the last round here. They got 4 minutes left? Yeah, 4.5. All right, everyone. Real quick, I don't have a lot of time right after the stream ends, so we're gonna do our giveaway while we're moving around still. So just type $31 in the chat one more time. If you entered the first time, you'll have to enter again. Another dial cover giveaway. So just type it in the chat while we're wrapping up here. $31.
I'm gonna enter because then if I win, everybody can scream how rigged it is.
Oh yeah, I typically like to rig the giveaways. It makes it more fun for me. $31.
So Grievous went forwards, focused barrel roll to the left.
$31 in the chat to win. Your chance to win a Team League dial cover. Last call, folks. $31 in the chat. Gonna do that giveaway now while we're wrapping up our I6 activation with Fen Rao here.
So Talonbane banked. Fen did the hard turn. Fen's gonna focus boost. Not sure we got any range 1 shots going.
Yeah, Fen will go this entire game without shooting range 1. And we are officially We're at 2 minutes and 59 seconds now. Yeah, this is last round. All right, last call. $31 sign.
Fen did shoot range rounds of General Grievous. You are quite correct.
Yeah, he did. He just still felt like a dud in this game. All right, and the winner is going to be Potato Hombre. Hey, another Down Unders player. Exclamation point win to Potato Hombre. Exclamation point win.
Yeah, that's it. You've now bankrupted the 312 Squadron stream.
Yeah, with the
shipping cost. Yeah.
Well, I still do stamps with our little tiny envelopes. So typically works. We'll try it again. It just might take 3 months for it to get there, but that's fine. Oh, hit crit.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's carried that crate for so long. He turns in, and Fen says, "Nah."
Punished.
Yeah, Potato Hombre has won a 3-1 Squadron dial cover, which look very cool.
They're quite nice. Shout out to Tom Veal, who had 25 opportunities to fill out the form to get one, and then asked me a week after the form closed if he could still get one. So, my man Tom, love that man. What a legend.
So Dirge has rolled hit crit into DFS 311. He has a calculate, which doesn't affect his ability, so he can spend a calculate to get an evade. Takes a crit.
Takes nothing, right? Just hit crit, cancels it with 2. Calculate spends. 3 months is faster than our internet, yeah. But not as big as your spiders.
Talonbane range 2. Spend the focus for hit crit. We might see a little comeback. That's going to be hit crit into the Hull Chow
I think that kills it.
prototype, which will kills it.
2 points. Cad Bane going to use his ability. Is he going to boost? Yes. Look at that.
Ooh, nice.
He's going to try to knock off Talonbane Cobra's crate, which I think Talonbane does not have a focus, so. It is 9 to 5. And we have just hit time, so.
Yeah, Talonbane's got 5 hull, so unlikely to die, but I suppose there are a few more shots that can go in.
Yeah, all Scum is shot at. Everyone's shot now except for Sarko, huh? Sarko can't kill anything, so I think that's going to do it.
Hit crit from,
That'll knock off the box.
In. Or 2 crits with marksmanship.
Talonbane rolls 0, evades, takes hit, crit.
We could see with fuel leaks or direct hits, this could be a problem, but we shall see.
Blinded pilot.
Blinded. No one cares.
Doesn't matter. Didn't console fire. Doesn't matter. Nothing that matters for the end game here. Now, to try to finish off Talonbane, range 2 from 404 Jig K turn. Get 1, get an evade.
Guess Grievous goes into Sarko here, probably.
Yeah.
Quite a few crits are coming out, aren't they?
Yeah. Another crit into Sarko.
Blinded Pilot. So he will not be spending focus on attack. The HMP has got... I know, so what? Ah, that is because Saka also spawned. So Talonbane's range 2, and there are 2 target locks. Yeah, so shoot Talonbane.
Ooh, hit crit.
Wow. I think Talonbane's dead.
You had 2 left, right? Yep, that's it. And that does do it. So that will seal the game here as the Down Unders will pull ahead 2-1 in this series. Just wrapping up our last shot here. I think 311 still has to shoot. But... And Sarko kill anything. Oh, that's a good roll. HMP takes 2. I do... Looks like the final score, and it was assuming that crate gets scored, which it will, it'll end up being 14-5, unless Sarko dies here somehow. Sarko will not die here.